Hello guys, my name is Derek Sanders. I sing in Mayday Parade, and we recorded a cover of New Year's Project by Further Seems Forever for the Songs That Saved My Life compilation, Volume 2. Yeah, I met Brooks when I was 12, and we were in 7th grade, and we started a band, and that was always our big focus, in school, in middle school, in high school. We cared way more about the music we were doing. We were in many different bands together, but that was always, whatever band we were in, that was the focus. And it was bands like Further Seems Forever that kind of, I guess, pulled us into this whole scene. And then the rest of the guys, I know they all had a connection with that song, but we weren't really even friends at that point. I don't know. It really, for me, it was always one of those where anytime I was going through difficult times in a lot of ways, but especially any sort of heartbreak or relationship troubles, that song always was a song I'd listen to and cry and then feel better and just be super emo. I think whenever you're younger, when you're a teenager, I don't know if it's hormones and anxiety and all of this, life changes so much from when you're a kid to when you're a teenager, and going through those years can be extremely difficult and extremely hard to you just don't have the perspective to know that it's going to be okay. There's the saying that the youth is wasted on the young. I feel the older you get, the more you really, because you gain this wisdom as you get older, and you learn so much, and you go, man, I wish I had known all of this that I now know. But of course you can't, because the only way to, it's a very weird thing. But yeah, just to have fun while you're young, and that at times it's gonna suck. Life, is gonna suck for all of us a lot, and it's very hard, and it doesn't really get any easier. But you just get better at dealing with it. But you become you're better at it. You're grown up now. You can deal with these things. That's pretty much but you got to just get just make it to that point. MySpace was a thing right whenever we started, and it did do a lot to help our band. I remember when we started, the plays started going. I remember the first day that we got 1,000 plays on MySpace in one day, and we were like, oh my god, it's such a big deal, and things, there was this buzz sort of happening. And then shortly after that is when we started getting approached by labels, and the first time we ever went to California, meeting someone who knew who we were from MySpace, and I was just like, what? It's we're in California, how do you know who we are? And on the one hand, it's I don't know, it's amazing that we have the technology and the means for the world to communicate instantly, in a way that the world has never been as connected. There's a lot of really cool things that happen because of that, but it's also I don't know, it's weird how I don't know, I feel people are, it's easier to be mean or negative about something than it is in real life. And sort of there's a lot of things that you wouldn't say that to someone's face, but you'll say that when you're anonymous. It's easy to everyone's kind of guilty of that to some degree, you know what I mean? And I feel even as I feel I'm pretty aware of that, and I try never to be mean about anything to anybody, but even if I'm playing video games or something, and you might be talk some shit or something, but you're or on Rocket League, and you're but really, if I was really playing a game with people, I wouldn't and even if I'm joking around, it's still there's just something about that, it's just easier to catch yourself being negative or mean about something online. But there's so much that you can do now that a band can just be awesome and get big because people like it. There doesn't have to be some big force driving it. Things can just go viral because they're cool, and so there's a lot of good and bad that comes with it, I guess. It's tough. Obviously having a kid changes your life, completely, and I feel it changes the way I think about everything, and it does, especially when I see these young people that are really struggling, and it's scary, really. It's terrifying. It just kind of, with all of it, just drives me more towards just trying to be a positive influence on the world and trying to use our platform towards something good and towards helping people. Just teaching my daughter and my kids just to how to be good people. I think that's the most important thing, and just to love everyone. When I talk to like younger people and they tell us what they're going through or how much we've helped them or any of that, it really kind of like makes it easy to just it's always easy to do this, it's always fun to do this, but sometimes you get like tired on tour or like whatever, but like that makes it easy to like more, makes you want to keep going and to be even better and to do even more when you hear people's like stories like that. And music is obviously incredibly powerful. It's very helpful and you can attach to it in wonderful ways. But there's only so much that, and we love that what we do helps people. But for people that truly, are struggling and are in a really dark place, we definitely encourage all of you to seek professional help and people that are trained to get people the best help they can. Because we're, as much as we love to do this, we're just simply not, trained in those ways. But there's always, someone who can help. You just and don't be afraid to ask. Take care of each other and love each other and